Desperation carves a dark path for Mary Mason, a promising surgical student drowning in financial ruin. Seeking fast cash, she stumbles into the neon-lit underworld of a seedy strip club, where its enigmatic owner, Billy, presents her with a grotesque proposition: $5,000 to patch up a bloodied man in the club's basement. The offer reeks of criminality, but Mary's debt leaves her no choice. The moment she picks up the scalpel, her life is forever changed. Her descent into the macabre takes a new turn when she meets Beatrice Johnson, a stripper who has sculpted herself into a living, breathing Betty Boop. Beatrice pleads for Mary's skill, offering a hefty sum to complete the final step in her friend Ruby Real Girl's transformation into a human doll. Nipple removal, full genital nullification, a grotesque masterpiece of flesh. Mary, tempted by the money and the thrill of control, obliges. The underground world of extreme body modification welcomes her with open arms, christening her with a new name whispered in the darkest corners: Bloody Mary. Meanwhile, Mary continues her residency, earning the admiration of her mentors, until she receives an invitation from Dr. Walsh, a respected surgeon, to a private gathering. Expecting a networking event, she instead finds herself the sole young resident at a debauched nightmare of a party. Here, men of power indulge in flesh, drinks, and the company of escorts. But Mary is not an escort. She is prey. Drugged and violated by Dr. Alan Grant, the once promising student awakens to a new horror: the grainy footage of her own rape. The hospital walls that once promised her a future now suffocate her. She drops out. But Mary is no longer a victim. She is an artist, and her canvas is human flesh. With Billy's hired muscle, she kidnaps Dr. Grant and drags him to her personal theater of revenge. His screams become her symphony as she remakes him into something less than human. He is her practice, her proof, her warning. And with the evidence of her work immortalized in photographs, Mary fully commits to the underground, carving her legend into the flesh of those who seek the most forbidden of transformations. As her reputation grows, so does the suspicion. Detective Dollar hunts for answers, circling closer. Meanwhile, Billy, entangled in his own twisted devotion to Mary, delivers his own form of justice to Dr. Walsh. But the shadows that once protected Mary begin to close in. An attack in her own operating room forces her to kill again. She is losing control. Her grandmother's death tightens the noose around her psyche, and when she finds Billy indulging in the pleasures of another woman, her sanity snaps. Scalpel in hand, she carves her rage into the flesh of an unsuspecting girl. The walls are caving in, the police are close, and somewhere that cursed tape still exists, waiting to expose her worst nightmare. Then, vengeance arrives, cloaked in blood. Ruby's husband, unable to stomach the mutilation of the woman he once knew, hunts Mary down, his rage a blade pressed against her throat. She fights back, but the wound is too deep. Bleeding out in her own surgical chamber, she clings to life with trembling fingers, trying to stitch herself back together. But some wounds cannot be closed. As her vision fades, sirens wail in the distance. The legend of Bloody Mary ends not with a scream, but with a silence as cold as the steel of her scalpel. If you had the chance to get an extreme body modification, like the ones in American Mary, would you go for it? Or do you think Mary went too far in her descent into the underground scene? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.